What is up, guys? Bonafide Hustler here.
Raking profit in the house.
College Picker.
I thought Young was next.
Okay, it's CP. Go.
College Picker coming at you from the webcam.
Retro aficionado from San Jose.
Jason Clark is here.
All right, so welcome to the Green Room Hangout number 34. Today we're going to be talking to Jason Clark. He's one of our Green Room members. You're not going to want to miss this show. It's such a good show. I'm the Bonafide Hustler. I reside in Austin, Texas. I flip stuff I find from garage sales, estate sales, yard sales, flea markets, pawn shops, swap meets, and I put it on places like eBay, Amazon, my antique booth, Craigslist, and consignment stores in town. I'm one of the admins of the Green Room. I'll toss it over to Rakin Profit.
Thank you, sir. My name's Steve Rakin, a.k.a. Rakin Profit, 28 years old, born and raised in Connecticut. Quit my job about 3 years ago to sell on Craigslist, moved on to eBay, Amazon, self-publishing, and here I am for an amazing show with an amazing man, Jason Clark. So pumped up for the show. Let's pass it on to, let's give it to Eric, man. You got to know your place, man. How many times have we done this? It's Chris.
I'm always last. Yep.
No.
Chris said the order, and I was last before.
You got to step in line, man. Take your place.
It's fine.
Here we go.
My name's Eric. Some people here know me as the College Picker. I make YouTube videos once a year, maybe twice a year if you're lucky, and I do a lot of Etsy, Amazon FBA, a little bit of eBay, and Craigslist here and there. And I'm getting ready to go on a big adventure, which I hopefully should be filming along the way. I will be updating my Snapchat a lot more than that, so if you want to follow me on Snapchat, that would be cool. And I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Young.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Young. Live in San Jose, California. And like these guys, I sell on Amazon FBA, eBay, Craigslist, antique booth, and I'm loving merch by Amazon, man. I'm loving merch.
All
Hey
right,
guys. Yeah, what's up, guys? Jason Clark here. Born and raised in Las Vegas. I'm 44 years old. I quit the corporate world about a year and a half ago, and I'm full-time Amazon FBA, kicking butt and taking names.
Nice, man. So we definitely have Bradley Cooper over here, and he's going to be talking to us for the next hour.
Nice.
I want to do a sound check real quick. We got to make sure, because I know this show is going to be so good, guys, that we have to do a sound check. So, Rakin, take a look in the feed, man. Let's make sure that our sound check is going right, but look in the feed and let's shout out some peeps. I'm pretty sure we got some Green Room people in the house.
Yeah, we've got Mommy of Minnie in the house. That's Pittsburgh. We got Crimson Cricket. Patrick Henry says Steve is looking crazy tonight. I'm always crazy. Thrifty Treasures, what's going on? Let's see. We got a lot of conversations going on. We got Retro Aficionado talking. We got a ton of people in the house. Comfort Zone, Hot Halloween props. So if you guys are watching right now and you're on the desktop, jump into the comment section. Say hello. There's some pretty cool conversations going down.
Cool, and clearly no one's helping us out with the mic check because everyone's just like, hello, hello, and in the house, Green Room. We need to know if we sound good, guys. Let us know. Orlando represent. Well, that doesn't help us. I'm just kidding.
We sound good. I mean, if they're not saying anything.
You have the best
I guess.
microphone.
Yes, sir.
Young has the best mic right now. Mic check good. Picking up the pace. Thanks a lot. That's awesome. Patrick Henry says sounds good. Okay. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah. Michael Cook, sounds good. We're good. Okay, so let's get into this the grilling session of Bradley Cooper here.
Do it.
Hot seat.
Okay, first of all, Jason.
Yes.
Do people ever say you look like Bradley Cooper ever?
Yeah, there was an old lady who said that about a month ago, and I thought she was she'd be clinically deemed insane. But actually, I think when I was a kid, I would say that about 4 or 5 people said it looked like the kid from the Cheerios commercial. But I've never seen this kid. I've never got a royalty check. I think this kid is a phantom. Most people would say Jamie Kennedy from the Jamie Kennedy Experiment. I would say probably at least 15 times. And I just tell them the only difference between me and Jamie is he's got the money and the girls. That's the only difference. So that's what I got.
That's cool. I'll tell you what real quick, man, because you have this amazing sign behind you, and this is straight politician. I'm going to vote for you, first of all, in like 4 years from now. But will you read that sign out in like the most gusto-type Jason Clark stuff that you do for the Green Room to the rest of the
there's actually 2 signs here. So there's a reason why I have this sign. There's nothing to it but to do it. That was told to me when I was 19 years old, working a dead-end job at the Phototech at the MGM Grand Casino, probably making $7 an hour. It was the guy who processed the photos, and I would show up to work, dead tired, not caring about my job, and I'd have to run around the largest hotel in the world picking up the photos that people would drop off for their weddings. So he would wake me up, and he's like, dude, it's time to go. And I'm like, I don't want to go. He goes, dude, there's nothing to it but to do it. So basically, get off your butt and do it. So that's where that came from. And the other one is, this is just kind of people that are, they're trying to make it in the world, this and that, and they talk a good game, but they're really not. And this is my way of calling them out. Are you in this business to make money, or are you in this business to watch me make money? Seriously, get off your butt. Because at the end of the day, you got to look yourself in the mirror. That's the only way you're going to cash checks. I can't cash the checks for you. You got to do it. So that's why I have those two signs up there for a little bit of motivation.
Okay, cool. I think I'm going to have to run as your VP then. All right?
VP? Cool? Okay. Doesn't pay.
Either that or bodyguard. Maybe Filipino bodyguard behind you. I think you need one, man.
The
Secret Service.
That's Secret Service. I'm down with that. We're
Secret
good.
Service. I'm going to pull out my my Amazon scanner selling app when someone gets too close to you, man. I'm going to make sure.
I could use that. Hired.
Bring out my scanning gun. Okay, so let's get into the questions real quick,
Sure.
okay? And if you're in the feed, by the way, if you guys are in the feed watching the show and you want to get interactive with us, we're going to have a college picker monitoring the feed, so he'll interject here and there to ask your questions to Jason if you have any. And by the way, if you do want to learn more about the Green Room, unfortunately, we can't tell you too much in this show about it, but I'm going to leave it up to the members because we're pretty confident that the members speak volumes about the room that we've created. So ask away in the feed about the Green Room if you want to. I'm so confident that our members are going to represent the Green Room accurately. All right, Jason, so how did you start reselling?
I think like everybody, eBay. Back in 1994 or so, that's when eBay started, and that's what I did. So I think most people in this game started in eBay because that's just what it is. So part-time at first, and then eventually moved up to yard sales and storage unit auctions, and years later kind of left eBay, came back, and eventually went to the business world, and got lucky. I found Amazon FBA, and now I'm full-time there.
Okay. Can you, if you thought back to it, could you remember the very first item that got you hooked? Like, if you would ask me that question, I would know, and probably Raken as well. What's your first item that got you hooked?
Well, kind of a two-parter. Real quick is, I collected baseball cards and comic books like a lot of young boys did, and I would say probably baseball cards itself. I would look for certain graded cards, things like that, for my personal collection, and realize you could buy big lots back then, right when cards were coming out, and this was probably pre-grading, but it was a good way to buy and sell and flip stuff, and so that was really it. But it was really, and a lot of people in the Green Room know this, it's really the catalyst for me was a Taco Bell dog, and I think a lot of people in the feed today probably know what that is. It would be this Taco Bell dog, not this exact dog, but this Taco Bell dog. So long story short, 20 years old, eBay, just started, and girlfriend at the time, I saw a guy sell 100 Taco Bell dogs in an auction, and he had over 200 bidders. And I kind of put two and two together and said, you know what, if I can get this dog locally, I could probably email every single person, and they would probably buy it for me for the bid that they put in there, because he only had 100 available. And my girlfriend at the time said, you're stupid, and she was not nice about it, and it really kind of stuck with me. And I said, you know what? You're wrong. I'm going to prove it to you. So long story short, I went out. I found the dogs that night. I emailed everybody. I sold over 100 dogs in one night, and I just let those checks stack up. So that was really my catalyst. Was the Taco Bell dog. That was it.
Wow. Is that the Yokiro dog? Yokiro
Taco. Yeah. Well, I'm on the feed. I don't know if you can hear it. So it's because I think I'm in love. So they give these out about once every month or so back in the promotion. People probably know a little bit better than me, but that's it. So that story of being with somebody who really just didn't think that you could make it really kind of lit a fire into my butt, and trying to prove people wrong, and that stuck with me for the last 20 plus years. That will stick with me to the day I die.
Okay. They're going to put that dog on the top of your casket as it gets lowered into the ground.
It's so morbid.
It's so right, man. It starts with a dog. It starts with a dog. It ends with a dog, man.
It ends with a dog, yeah.
There you go. All right. So you got any questions, Raken or CP?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah.
I was wondering, obviously people are watching this show from all over the country. I know we've got Cody Ordrew, who was on last year, from Australia. So kind of to give some context to the show, where do you live, if you don't mind sharing, in the country, and how does that affect your business in terms of, thrifting or pawn shops or whatnot. Does where you live play a big role in how you run your business and what types of items you go after?
Well, being born and raised in Las Vegas, I did live in New Jersey up until October of 2015, so I lived there for 6 years, but yes, born and raised otherwise. Yes, I do feel like where you live can have a competitive advantage or disadvantage. For me, I feel that Las Vegas has a big advantage for many reasons, but it's a very transient town. As people know, people come and go, they switch jobs, they get a job at one casino, they go to another. People are always moving, leaving their stuff in their storage units. Oh, I got to move, I got 2 weeks to get out. Let's put our stuff up on Craigslist or eBay or whatever. So people are willing to kind of move product out and for cheap, because when you got to go, you got to go. So storage unit auctions are amazing. There's everything there. So the transientness of the town, and obviously as I grew up as a young man, the town has grown up. So just more and more people. You got 2.5 million people there. So plenty of retail, plenty of all those other outlets to hustle, and I think it's a good advantage. It's not an excuse if you're doing bad somewhere. You just have to tweak a little bit, and you got to find other avenues.
You got a ton of pawn shops in your area, right?
What's a pawn shop, Steve?
I remember when we met, and I didn't really know much about you, and I walked into this one pawn shop, and I was like, I'm going to be the man here. I'm going to take it all. And you came out of nowhere. I didn't even know who you were, and I seen you with like a stack of calculators, and I'm like, who the heck is this guy? And you were, man, you know what really like got me interested in, like, I'm like, what is this guy all about? You had a little like folder with all the items that you were going after with the prices. You were so organized. While I was sitting there trying to figure out what I'm going to pay, what I want, you were a step ahead of me, man. And I was like, that was just really cool, man.
No, man, that's all a front. I'm actually just a math teacher, and I was loading up the calculators for class. I'm very disorganized. I don't even know what you're talking about.
What's a calculator?
What's a calculator? Yeah, I use the slide rule. The old Chinese abacus or abacus or whatever you want to call it. So.
Was that in Austin, Rakin?
Yeah, it was in Austin.
First?
Yeah. That's when we all went into the pawn shop with like 15 of us, and just like, remember the guy like knocked over the bike, and you went and like fixed the pawn shop bike.
Oh yeah, because it was all messed up. So I went behind the counter and I was like, "Hold on, give me a 5 mil," and then he gives me one, and then I fixed a bike for him right behind the counter. Anyway.
Hey Chris, those were your people, right, at the pawn shop? That was your store, right?
They know me pretty well. I would say that. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Are they subscribed?
Yeah, they're cool. Oh, I don't know if they know what I do. They don't know who I am though. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I went to a garage sale 2 weekends ago, and I was like sifting through it. I mean, I'm like, it's huge, man. It never been on video because I didn't have my SD card that day. But I walk up into there. I'm gathering all this stuff, and this guy, the guy that's hosting the sale, goes, "Gotta tell you, man, love the videos." And I was like, ooh. Because I was like, oh my god, that just means my price just went up. But actually it didn't. The guy like totally hooked me up, so that was awesome.
It's funny you said that. That happened to me at a pawn shop the other day, and the pawn shop worker actually noticed me, but not from selling on Amazon, from back in the clothing days, and they wanted to give me the best deal ever, so maybe it works in our advantage.
Huh.
Yeah, you're giving them a shout out on a video. It's gonna like boost their I don't know, their exposure a little bit, micro.
Yeah. Well, I told the guy, like, he only did eBay, and I was like, look, I'm willing to do coffee meetups with you and everything and teach you FBA and charge nothing. Like, it's just because I see another reseller that was in my shoes at one point, and he's like, what is FBA? And I'm like, oh my gosh, if I could just teach you what I know. I mean, it just puts more food on someone's plate. It might give them a vacation or two, a house payment or two. It's fun, honestly. All right, so let's talk about, what excites you the most, Jason? Is it a thrift store? Is it a pawn shop? What is it, man? Is it outlet stores? What do you like the most, hustling?
You know what? For the people that have come to know me in the green room the last couple of months, I guarantee 90% would say a pawn shop, and they would actually be wrong. And don't get me wrong, I love pawn shops. Pretty much everything excites me. It's really kind of going back to the old days where it started, and that would probably be garage sales and yard sales. There's just something nice about rolling up to some house and somebody being, good morning, how are you doing today, and seeing all their belongings out there. Maybe they're moving, whatever, and just striking up a quick conversation, being friendly, and just raking them over the coals because they just want to get rid of it really cheap. And you're like, have a nice day, and that's it. So I always enjoyed that. It's always fun because if you go to a pawn shop, you know what you're gonna find in general. You go to a yard sale, dude, you're gonna find the craziest stuff in the world. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're like, what the heck is that? Seriously. And they tell you, like, I didn't know that. How much you want for it? You know, so it's just one of those things. There's just a charm to it, and I don't think it doesn't matter how big that I may get, I'm still gonna enjoy that, although I don't do it much anymore. There's just something nice about it. So
I agree. Yang, you still garage sale like every weekend, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I gotta tell you, that is the most. Isn't it one of the most fun things to do ever?
Yeah, I'm like Jason in the sense, I like to interact with people, man. I mean, when I think Kevin Nielsen, he went garage selling with me one time, and he was surprised because I'm like, hey, how's it going? Good morning. And he was like, man, I don't ever talk like you do. I'm just trying to be nice.
That'll help your deal out in the end, you know.
It does. It does. It really does. It really does.
All right, so let's go into the next question. Well, actually, let's go into the feed real quick. CP, we got any questions in the feed? I thought I saw one way earlier. I want to make sure I answered this one. Gosh, everyone's like talking about where they're. My brother's in the feed. That's good. Everyone's talking about where they're at right now. Let me make sure I get this question asked. All right, I can't find it. Anyway, I think the question was, are you in the movie Limitless? Which you are. Just kidding. All right. That was a terrible stall at getting some more time covered.
I don't see any questions. Mommy of Many makes a good point and says, reselling can be lonely. The garage sale gets us out and social with folks. So that's totally true.
Yeah, that's true.
That's one of the
great
advantages of having like a close-knit Facebook group too, is it makes you have a little bit more culture of work when you're lonely.
You know what's crazy is like and doing these meetups and everything, because we've all done meetups on every coastline now, it seems, and Rakin he's gone across the country and back. So, and then Jason, I think, didn't you host not really a meetup, but you went to the ASD thing with a bunch of green roomers, right?
Yeah, there was probably about 14 or 15 that ultimately came out. I probably met about 12 of them. Yeah, we did a run just like we did in Austin that you had in January, and of course we'll be having in July. So, wonderful experience meeting everybody. Being able to interact and learn from people bigger than me, people smaller than me, running around, trading secrets, having fun, shenanigans, things like that. It was amazing, and of course the show has paid off very fruitful in the last couple of weeks. So can't wait for the next ASD show coming up, and hopefully a lot of people will come out and I'll host them again.
When's the next one, Jason?
I want to say it's end of June or something. It's June, July. It's fairly close to the Austin Green Room meetup, but I think it's late June. I'll have to double check on that. Maybe somebody in the feed could post that for us. Yeah,
that better not be the same time as our meetup, because you know our meetup is like 5 billion times better than this thing. Just so you know. Just kidding. Okay. But I know you're going to be at our meetup because you went in January. You came to our micro January meetup, which was like 20, 30 people. Yeah. And that was a lot of fun. You can check it out on my channel, by the way. But let's get back into this. These questions until some roll into the feed. And by the way, we saw Chad in the feed as well. Golden Finger Picker's in the house. What is up? So Golden Finger Picker coming to Texas in May. Well, GFP, you better hit me up if you're in Austin, man. We'll definitely go thrifting. Okay, so let's talk about when you were in town, Jason. Right down to the very first time that I met you, which was at the Mean-Eyed Cat Bar on 5th Street in Austin, Texas.
Correct.
That's where I first met Bradley Cooper in real life. And rather than ask for an autograph, we instead just, mix and mingled with everybody else that was there. But then you talked to us about it. You had an employee, not an employee, but like a worker that works with you. Talk to us about that.
I do, and actually, I was trying to get your autograph, Mr. Jet Li. So that's I was starstruck myself. But no, Mean-Eyed Cats was an amazing place, cool hangout. But yes, I do have. I don't like to use the word employee. I like to use the word teammates, and I actually just hired and started my second one. So my teammate, he actually is a longtime friend of mine, very smart individual, and he's full-time, and he helps me source, he helps me process, he helps me pack. So it's working out great for both of us, and I appreciate everything he does.
Because he has all your papers and he knows exactly what calculators you're looking for. You have this, like Rakin said, he's got these sheets that it's almost like he's a little FBI agent, and he's like about to interrogate you, but it's like he's not. Like, he has this like booklet with all these like good, like, talk to me. It was like fair condition, good right? It had all these conditions with the calculators, and all this stuff, GPSs. What was in there, man?
Well, I've got two lists. I've got a couple of routes. I have a certain retail route, and I have a pawn route for Las Vegas. I'm actually building another route in another state. It's actually coming along quite nicely, California. Watch out, I'm on my way.
Hey,
yeah. I gave you a heads up, y'all. That's all I got to say, man.
It's coming.
We're going to work the south first. We'll make our way up north later. So anyways, what was the question again? So as far as the paperwork, yeah, I set up, it took a lot of time to really do. So basically there's certain items that I like to look for, and there's always models and submodels and things like that. It takes forever to scan and load and type in all that information to really find out what the going rate value is, so you know what you can negotiate, try to buy at a pawn shop or anywhere for that matter. So if I see those very common items, if they've got a ton of different models and things like that, I can just go to my cheat sheet and go down really quick and find out that exact make and model, and I'll know exactly within reason, within the last month or so, of what my buy price should be. And I don't go above it. It's yay or nay, and that's it. So I used that as I scaled up until I got used to buying the same stuff over and over again. Now 80% of it I just know off the top of my head, and to be honest, I don't even bring my cheat sheet in, but my teammate does have it with them, and a lot of times he doesn't even have to use it anymore either, because he's been doing it long enough now. So it's about time. Time is money. Time is happiness to share with your friends and family. And if I can create 12 hours of labor of putting together a really labor-intensive, spreadsheet to use that multiple times a week, not only for myself but my other sourcer, it's just going to make it go that much more efficient. I'll be able to scale up that more quicker. But highly recommend it.
College Picker, we got a question from Michael Cook in the feed. What is it, man?
You are awesome, Mr. Jason, and we've heard that you've been advocating for people getting ungated in grocery and health and beauty. And it's now getting harder. It's tightening up. Any advice for that?
Get off your butt. Do it right now. There's nothing to it but to do it. Seriously. I've said this in the green room. If you think Amazon is going to make it any easier moving forward to get ungated, you're crazy. Yeah, they may have moments where they have it really loose for a week or two or something, but you got to think about it. You have so many people coming to that platform, and it's an amazing platform. They want quality. They don't need the quantity. They can just flip a switch and get quantity. They have plenty of people coming in. So get ungated. I know there's services out there. Actually, the Green Room and rakeandprofit.com, Steve's website, there's a lot of links and information in there and files as either a free information maybe on Steve's site or in the Green Room, where you can go ahead and use those services or do things for free to get ungated. But you've got to get that done, because this gives you a competitive advantage over everybody. At the end of the day, I'm no different than you, but if I'm ungated in these 5 extra categories, me and you can walk into the same store. You've literally lost 80% of the store. I can source 95% of the store. I will win in the long run. It's just going to make it that much harder for you. So everybody's trying to chase the same stuff. Toys are amazing. They will always be amazing. Great, good for you. What about sexual wellness category? What about health and beauty? What about automotive? People go, what do you buy at a pawn shop, Jason? Oh, do you buy these electronics? Of course I do. I go for the dirty stuff too. I'm getting the kitchen stuff and automotive and things like that people are gated in, because people aren't in there, at least for what I'm doing, they're not there to find that stuff because they can't even sell it, at least not on that platform. So it's going to be key as it gets more competitive and the millions of people continue to flock. It's going to get really competitive, I think, in the next 2 to 3 years. And if you're not getting ungated now, you got to do it. And if you're saying, why should I get ungated now if I'm not really wanting to sell in that category now? Because 6 months from now, the game may change. You may find a wholesaler or a honey hole where you find those products, and you're going to go, wow, okay, now I'm going to get ungated, and they've got it locked up, and you've got to get invoices and spend a couple grand to get it. Do it now while it's the easiest, and it really isn't that hard, so just do it.
Jason, what do you do to protect yourself when dealing with these items that aren't new in the package? There's a lot of people who advise not to mess with calculators, not to mess with electronics, not to mess with automotive, not to mess with these items that have a lot of moving parts, and that's understandable, right? Because you are at a higher risk, I guess, if you don't take certain precautions to make sure they work. But what advice would you have for somebody who's telling themselves, I'm not going to mess with electronics, I'm not going to mess with this and that. What advice do you have, Jason, if you don't mind?
Well, most people have a driver's license, right? Why? Because they want to drive. They want to experience that and get the joys and the benefits out of driving. There's a risk every time you get in your car and you drive out there. You may get in a car accident. It's going to happen. Same thing with used electronics and things like that. There's a risk factor there, and you need to play by the rules. So testing the product in store is key. And I'd say 97% of the time I do. There's a few occasions where maybe they don't have the right charger or something, but the deal is so good, I'll go ahead and buy the charger for $5, $6, $7 online, wait 2 or 3 days to get it, and then do it. That's where the warranty comes into play. Some places are horrible with warranties, some places are not. Know the rules of that shop. Maybe you'll get cash back for a week and then credit for the next 60 days. For me, it's not an issue because I'm cycling through there anyways, so 60 days for me might as well be a year. I got plenty of time to go return it. So I'm actually behind the camera here. I'm looking at a pile of stuff that I've actually gotten back in the last few weeks that are broken. Some nice G7 cameras and this and that. I'm sure you know about that, Steve. So it is what it is. Sometimes things break in transit. Sometimes people break them. Maybe they swap them out for one of their own. A little hard to tell, but it's part of your cost of business. And as long as you do your due diligence and test and stuff like that, and you're getting them at the right price points, you're going to be okay. So at the end of the day, if 1 out of 40 of those items break, if your margins are there, if you're sourcing properly, if you've done your pricing, your due diligence, and you're negotiating right, who cares if one breaks? It's going to happen. You get something perfect in the box and you open up and it's broke because it just got thrown around too much. So it's going to happen. You've got to test stuff.
Good advice, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's part of the game too. The part of the game is to lose money, right? Is to lose money on certain things, or to get it back and it's all messed up, and you're like, damn, that's $70 down the drain. But you gotta look at the big picture. It's very important when you're dealing with any of these platforms. The bigger picture is always what wins. What you should never get frustrated on these tiny little things. They should almost be expected, because what business runs flawlessly with no return? Show me one, right? It doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen in this world of convenience, in this world of internet, e-commerce, in this world of where people can really return anything they want. They can, and you will get scammers. It's just the way it is. It's part of the, it's part of the statistics. So, all right, let's go into the next question. Well, actually, there was a question in the feed I want to answer. I want to get to. Hey, Jason, where do you do most of your sourcing?
Depends on what week you talk to me. I'm in a very fast-moving business right now, meaning I've got lots of pieces in place and puzzles in place. So I do a good amount of pawn, not as much as people think. I do a lot of wholesale now. I'm really ramping up in that. I do some OA. I do a lot of retail arbitrage. I've phased out. I don't do thrift anymore. I know I said that in the green room. Yeah, there's the rare occasion I might drive by and it's just whatever. But that's about it for me. It's really just trying to get more product, quicker, faster return, and just keep moving forward. So it's a good mix. I think having a mix is good because it also helps you determine over a couple month plus period of time. You get enough data to really figure out what's working within that niche, whether it's pawn or retail or wholesale, and you just tweak. And that's no different than any business. You got to tweak. I don't care if you're successful in that business or you're failing. You got to tweak. Even if you're doing perfect, the market's going to tweak on you anyways. It just is what it is. So.
Okay. Let's go into one more question before we get back into the interview here. It's from Alan. No, actually, it's from Tyler Davenport. Hey, Jason, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give to a younger hustler self if you could go back in time 20 years?
20 years for a hustler? I will go back to a year and a half ago when I started, actually last January when I started Amazon FBA. It's kind of the same thing. Two things. One is to network. I think I'm a fairly smart guy, but at the end of the day, I was so wrapped up into what I was doing, and I was doing well, and I think that's why I kind of kept my circle of influence tight, because I was so busy trying to ramp up and do well, and I did, that I didn't really step back and take the time to look around and see what else was out there, and I completely regret that, because just in the last few months of joining the green room and other rooms out there and this and that, and networking from people big and people super small that just came to this thing, I learned something from everybody. I would have been able to scale up so much faster. And the second thing is really, I wasn't aggressive enough when I started. So if you've got the capital to put into play. Yes, you need to be careful with any amount of capital, whether you've got $100 to start with or you've got 6 figures to start with. But if the more capital you have that you're allowed to put into play, sometimes you just getting your skin in the game is the first step, and I think a lot of people don't do that. And for me, although I did well when I started, I didn't put enough skin in the game, skin that I had, and I look back and I really left a lot of growth on the table.
Yeah, and to add to that, like, show me one person that does it all correctly from day one. I mean, that's what we aim to do with all the teaching and having you on the show, is to help people, really hit the ground running. But you're going to make mistakes. Everyone does, right?
No, I think Ty Lopez has been perfect, hasn't he?
No.
No?
In my
I keep
garage.
forgetting how much money he had in his bank account when he was on the sofa, and then he found the mentor guy, because he changes it in certain videos. Like, it's either $63 in his bank account, $27 in one video. I'm like, all right, maybe you didn't have. I don't even know what you had in your bank account, but
I still want to time the guy to read a book a day. I don't think he could do it.
Cat in the Hat.
He admitted he doesn't read the whole book. He
He
skims
doesn't read the
through
whole
it.
Yeah, he skims.
He's a skimmer. Yeah, he's a skimmer.
So
all right.
skim a book a day, not
Yeah.
read a book a day. It's kind of deceiving to me. I don't know. I'm cynical.
Yeah, he skimmed me.
I'll let him know. I'll let Kyle Lopez know that College Picker is very upset with him.
He talks like a skimmer. That's all, what can we say?
Okay, so let's talk about pawn strategy real quick. Let's switch gears to the pawn strategy. We'll do a little rapid burst of answers. Okay, Jason, you ready?
Go.
Okay. Oh, you are ready. You're way more ready than I am.
Born ready.
Okay. What items are your go-to items? I want you to list like 3 right now.
Apple, Nikon, Bose, Garmin.
Okay. Cool. What are 2 real good ways to negotiate with a pawnbroker? Give me 2 real good ways.
A smile and a fistful of cash.
Okay. All right. That's good. Hey, how do you calm down an intense buying situation at a pawn shop?
Smile and a fistful of cash. No, seriously. You're a professional. Just know your product, know their product, know the damage, and how you can use that against them.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, you're definitely big into pawn. We know that. I would say you make a lot of videos on the Green Room about pawn stuff, and I've seen you in action. I think one of the best things about you, I think that stood out to me, when we were at the pawn shop, the very first stop was on Palmer Lane after the Whole Foods. You were there.
Yeah.
We were hanging out with. There was this younger kid there, 14-year-old. His name is Carter. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Cash Carter. Yeah.
Cash Carter. That's what we started calling him at the end of the day, because he's trying so hard. And his mom had driven him down from Dallas, I want to say. I think Cash Carter's in our Green Room too, so shout out to Cash Carter. But his mom drove him down from Dallas. So think about really supportive parents, first of all, right? A 3-hour trip so their kid could, meet the people that inspired, him the most. And then he ends up meeting completely different people at the same time, like Jason, who takes time out of his day. Not, he scores some stuff at the pawn shop, but he's sitting there overlooking Cash Carter's deals and telling him why and why not, or think about this. Have you thought about this angle? How are you going to list it? Make sure you have all this stuff. I mean, he's really helping him out. So I thought that was one of the best things that you did that day, and it was like you selfishly did it for the guy, and he, that's one of the things. Maybe you saw yourself in his shoes as a younger, Jason. I don't know, but very few people would take time out of their day to really help someone to that extent. Do you remember that guy?
Absolutely, yeah. Carter and his mother were amazing people, really genuine, down to earth. He hustled. He really showed me a lot. For me, motivating people is huge. I like to inspire, and I like to be inspired. When I started my reselling business, at least on the Amazon platform last January, I really had no help at all, literally through the entire year. So I had to go through that by myself and really struggle and succeed by myself. So I just want to see people succeed. I want to see people happy. I want to see people have a good chance of achieving their dreams. And if I could help good people do that, then that's what I want to do. And moving forward, maybe a few years from now, maybe I'll put more time into, whether it's mentoring or things like that. It's definitely something that, money's great. I like seeing the checks roll in, but nothing puts a smile on my face than helping somebody. I don't care if they're bigger than me or not. That's important to me. It just makes me feel like I'm just doing something good for people.
Okay. What if they have more muscles than you?
I think mine were. Yeah, really? Okay. I don't think you need any help, sir. I think you're good to go.
Oh, I love messing with my guests. It's the most fun part sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll see you in July.
Oh yeah, there you go. He's gonna be doing push-ups till. All right, all right.
Maybe not.
I see push-up contests. I see at least an arm wrestling contest.
I'm down.
Okay. Let's talk. Now let's get a little personal real quick. Young, I'm going to ask some personal questions to Jason.
Sure, man. Hey,
I'll lead it off real quick, Young. But
go for it, man.
okay. So Jason, you're a father, right?
I am, as of today, yes.
As of.
I still am.
Okay, good. How does this profession, being a full-time reseller, compare to others that you had in comparison with daughter time, for example?
Well, I think when you're working for the man, so to speak, generally you're going to have a schedule, things like that, at least for most jobs. You're going to be accountable to probably at least one person, if not many in that chain of command. So, being a reseller or whatever you do for yourself, it just provides that freedom to come and go as you want, to listen to the needs of your children and things like that, and try to tailor your entrepreneurship around them when need be. So just the availability is huge, and that's what it is. So just being available for my daughter is extremely important for me. It doesn't mean that I'm always available for her, but at least sometimes you got to make that executive decision. Sometimes things have to get done, but more often than not, yes, you can push things a little bit or just alter your schedule.
Okay. Go ahead, Young. Sorry.
Yeah, no. So speaking of your daughter, Jason, so does she enjoy you reselling? I mean, does she help out in any way, or does she get involved?
Well, Young, I'm glad you asked that. Why don't we just put her on for 2 questions? Here we go.
Awesome.
All right. Cool.
Hi.
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 What's your name?
I'm Anaya.
Anaya?
Mhm.
Okay, so what do you think about your dad reselling?
I think he makes money and I get an allowance and I get things occasionally.
Swag.
Yes.
Does he hook you up with like really sweet electronics?
I haven't had electronics yet, but he has gotten me shoes, I think. Yeah, just like a lot of things, different little things.
I brought home some Converse, a stack of them about 2 weeks ago. I didn't even get out of the bag, and she robbed me for 2 pairs. So I may have to determine which days I bring stuff home when I see her. So
that's awesome. So Anaya, do you ever help your dad? Like, do you ever go with him?
I have gone with him to the stores before, especially a lot last year. I would go with him a lot. I still go with him every once in a while, and I offer to help him, but he wants me to stay studied on my studies and my school. So if I can help him with certain things around the house and with his job, then of course I'm always open for helping him.
That's awesome. Well, your dad is definitely doing the right thing. School first. Get that
yes,
done.
of course.
Yeah.
So, are you going to be with your dad when?
I wish I knew what questions you guys were asking.
Yeah, we're going to ask another question because are you going to come to Austin with your father in July?
Oh, that'd be so much fun to come to Austin. I was actually asking him about it in the car. I asked him about it in the car, but.
Why don't you ask Raken if he's paying for that plane ticket?
Are you paying for the plane ticket, Raken?
Oh, the money's already coming out of my bank account.
It's already coming out.
Okay.
It's a fun town.
We'll think about it.
The town is a wonderful town. Your dad's been here. It's a wonderful town for everything, for thrifting, sourcing, having fun, walking, hiking, biking, water holes. Like it's a nature type of town. I think you would love it. Anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so a couple of questions coming in. Mommy of many, how old is she, Jace? Oh, how old are you?
I am turning 15 this year. I'm 14 currently.
Okay.
Oh wait, so that means next year your dad's gonna buy you a car.
Yes, he is buying me a car next year.
Uh-oh.
Wow. That's
Keep
pretty
on
cool.
thinking of making that money, right?
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, you're getting a bunch of amazing comments in the feed. Just want to let you know, you probably can't see the feed right now, but the feed is just like, oh, she's so cute, and LOLs, and like, oh my gosh, Jason Clark has kids, just funny stuff. But for the most part, it's all super good stuff. So I just want to let you know.
Well, thank you, everyone.
Of course.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna go back to your father here for a couple of questions.
All right, thank you.
Oh, see you later. Okay, this is a wonderful question to transition into, Jason. So, do you think hustling do you think hustling brings a more price-conscious outlook on life when it comes to certain things like goods, clothes, etc.?
Oh, absolutely. How could it not? I mean, you basically you learn a good idea of what cost of goods are from the manufacturer and wholesalers. You pretty much know right away whether you're getting a good deal or not because you're looking at so much product and you know so many deals, and you see the same stuff over and over again. You know this time it's $50. Maybe you saw it for 35 another place. You know when it's good to pop and not. Of course, then you can mix in gift cards or coupons or whatever your deal is to really bring the price down even more. So absolutely.
Okay, and let's transition into that comment. The last part of your comment was like gift cards, coupons. Is that something that you really incorporate in all of your, let's say, retail arbitrage big box stores? You're always looking first for a gift card coupon, 10%, 5%. What goes on through your head if you're like, okay, I want to go see Targets, I'm going to see Walmarts today, I'm going to see whatever. What goes on through your head? Are you thinking already if I want to get this is what I'm assuming, but correct me if I'm wrong. Anytime you save any amount of money, you've just put all of that into your pocket, right?
Absolutely. It could either be considered profit or, obviously you could still sell that product for a loss at some point because the market does change. But what I feel, and we actually had this discussion in the green room yesterday, and, and I respect everybody's opinion, but at the end of the day, if we're buying the same product at the same store for the same price, putting it on the same platform, but I got 5%, 10%, 18% off, I have a competitive advantage against you when the penny wars and things like that come down, or maybe I can just hold out longer. It just depends. So incorporating that into 90% of the stores that I go to is a must because at the end of the day, it's really just free money. It really is.
That's true. That is true. I guess my natural question would be, is there a way to do it where it's always safe to do it and you won't get burned by scammers or stuff like
Sure.
that? So answer that for us.
Yeah, great question. Every platform has different rules in their terms of service, which you should ask or review when you do sign up for a different website, whether it's raise.com or Card Cash or Gift Card Granny or whatever. Most of them are generally 30 days or maybe a little bit longer. And I think if you're employing the strategy of you're in the retailer, let's say you're at Target and you got $100 in your basket, approximately, you just kind of eyeball it, or maybe you're taking a running tote as you go, then you go to the app of your choice and say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and buy a gift card up to about that amount, but not really over that. On occasion, there may be only availability to buy one that may be a couple of dollars over. Your goal is to burn it up at the point of sale immediately. So you buy one for $90, you burn it up, maybe you have a $10 balance at the register, use your cash or credit card, and move on with the day. So knowing the terms of service is huge. The funny part is I didn't even know what gift cards were as far as incorporating that into my first full year of FBA last year until probably April. To be honest, I spent over $100,000 on Raise.com alone just on gift cards. I had 3 cards out of hundreds, 500, I don't know what it was, and most of the gift cards I bought were between several hundred to $1,000 a piece. So I wasn't buying a lot of $20s and $50 gift cards. So I had 3 issues at the point of sale when I bought them in store. When a minute later I walked to the register and they didn't work. It is what it is. Sometimes that happens. You're going to go ahead and call the company. They're going to refund your money every single time. Sometimes it takes 2 days. Sometimes it takes 7. Depends on the card. Depends on the amount. They'll do a quick little internal investigation and it's done. So not only will you have protection there, you might also have credit card or debit card protection with whatever you bought the gift card with. So things happen. In fact, guys, obviously, when you guys did the green room switch over a couple months ago, as far as the wave of the new fee structure and this and that, you guys had some issues with Gumroad. And at the end of the day, that's something that was out of your hands. Things happen, and it's just really how you react to it. If you know the rules, call the company, get it taken care of, and so gift cards aren't an issue for me.
Okay. Jason, real quick for the audience, can you give people maybe 3 sites or 3 of these places that you're talking about to attain these gift cards so that way they can do their own research? But real quick, 3 of them,
Sure.
if you can, on your top of your head. Go ahead.
Raise.com is definitely the most well-known and built-out, phenomenal customer service. 2 would be Gift Card Granny. It's a gift card aggregate, which probably has about 15 or so gift card websites that you can search all of them at the same time. And I probably bought 5 or 6 different companies through there. It just kind of consolidates it for you. And the last one, actually, one of our green room members mentioned about a month ago was, I believe, Cardbear.
Jason, while we're talking about gift cards, when you're buying from some sites, I know they want you to use your billing address for your shipping address. You have no you have like nothing to argue with them against. It's required. Do you have it mailed to your place in Vegas or Jersey or wherever, and then mailed to you when you're on the road?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just like a lot of times when you're ordering goods online, certain things you're going to have it shipped to your billing address. Obviously, Amazon, you can send it somewhere else like a gift or whatever. But no, when I'm on the road, I generally don't source gift cards to go somewhere else. I pretty much 95% of them are instant downloads, and there's a lot of gift cards out there that are mail only or whatever, and they will come in the mail, whether it's 4 days, a week, 2 weeks, depending on the card. But a lot of new apps and things out there will let you still port that information off of your gift card app, like a mail card, into a different card of app like Gift, G-Y-F-T, a gift app or something like that. So even though it's being mailed to you, you still have access to it, or you can print out the SKU and stuff at your house and take it to stores like Marshall's does that. You can print things out or whatever. Lots of retailers will allow it. Sometimes some stores are a little bit more tricky about that. And I think if you're going to the register with $1,000 gift cards, sometimes they look at you funny. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is, you know. But I've had zero problem.
Okay, cool. Hey, Reckon, real quick, 142 members looking at this broadcast. I am very thankful to have the opportunity to have Jason here, but even more thankful to have the opportunity to host an amazing show on YouTube and have great company here, not to mention the 143 people that are supporting the entire thing. Reckon, what can they do for us just to make sure that this continues and if we're even doing a good job?
You see, Young, he's putting up the thumb. Hit the like button, guys. Show some love, show some support for Jason, for his daughter, for all this information. All it takes is one piece of information to learn to explode your business. And Jason, I'm sure there's things that you've learned, just one thing, and it's just changed the overall direction. So hit the like button for that. Hopefully you're getting motivated. It's just, this is awesome, man. It's. I remember meeting you the first time. Now you're here. You're killing it. So show some love, everybody.
Yeah, please do. Thank you for everybody for joining. 142 people. That's amazing. Thank you, guys.
Yep. I'm pretty sure there. A lot of those people are probably going to be at the Austin meetup as well. So you're going to get to meet a lot of these people that are in the feed. That it's really interesting because me, Reagan, Young, CP, yourself, we've met a lot of these people in real life now. Not a lot, but in comparison to like the actual Powerhouse Green Room members, we've met a lot of them, right? And it's amazing to meet them in person because a lot of times it's almost like the under-promise, over-deliver. It's like, okay, you know, there's Resale Rabbit. Then you meet him in real life, and you're like, holy crap, man, Resale Rabbit is nuts, man. This guy's crazy. Same thing with Jameson. You're like, oh, he's a winner in the green room, and then you meet him in real life, and you're like, this guy's nuts. Like, he literally will go sourcing till 3 in the morning. This guy is crazy.
He'll skip meetup like coffee and drinks and go sourcing with people.
It's crazy, but that's what's so good about meeting these people in person because not only is it, you know, it's a similar lifestyle. You are really just feeding off these people. They're feeding off you. You and I, Jason, talked the other day about taxes, right?
Yeah.
You hit me up with a message like, hey, I got a little tax problem. It wasn't you. It was relating to somebody else. Can you help me out? And I gave you my number, and you called right away. And we discussed my ways of kind of handling the garage sale part of my business.
Yeah.
And, but that's the kind of, you know, relationships that you build in a very good positive group. No matter what group you're in, if you have those relationships, you can have these amazing meetups and talk to them behind the scenes, and it's no one's trying to scam other people, no one's trying to like email you a bomb, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all like fun stuff, and it's really trying to help everyone get to a similar place later, a nice prosperity place of whatever you deem as prosperous. But you know, it's one of those kind of things, right?
Yeah, absolutely, guys. Yeah, no, it's amazing. Networking is huge. I think it's no different than you going to school or you going out, you know, with your friends. You're there to interact, and you're going to have a good time. And you know, thank you very much for helping me with that. You know, I sent Chris a message. We hadn't really talked for a little while, except for the Green Room show tonight, and he messaged me right back. And a couple minutes later, we took care of the issue, and it's done. So thank you very much. So trust in people, and they'll generally trust in you.
Yep, that's right. You know, I felt really jealous when you went to the ASD thing because I think you're the kind of person that you will let us know that you went somewhere with a bunch of amazing green roomers, and you will put all those pictures in the room. And I felt genuinely like left out. I did feel left out because I was like, this looks so awesome. I saw everyone in the pictures having fun. I saw everyone like, where are we meeting today? Like, what are we eating today? Everyone's at bars and eating food and taking, you know, doing their hustling stuff, and I'm like, man, from like 15 different angles, we're getting pictures of this event, and I think you were uploading the most, and then Bannerez and all those people were in it too. But I was like, man, this is crazy. I mean, we built a room, and then now the room's like meeting other people in the room, and they're going to these amazing, cool events. Now I want to go to the next one, just to see what it's all about.
Absolutely. I mean, well, you've gone to Hawaii and all this other stuff, so don't be jealous of me. You're pumping out these crazy trips and going hiking and doing this amazing stuff with people. So I think it's part of the process of showing people how to take that success and harness it into things that you love. Friends, family, loved ones, whatever. Go out, hike a mountain. Obviously, we had some great people out here for ASD, and they went to beautiful Red Rock Mountains here, and they did some hiking.
Oh, that looks so awesome.
Oh, that's right.
It's gorgeous out there.
Oh my God! What did you guys do? Like a long there and back, or like a short day, little day hike?
I actually didn't go. I was so busy putting all the organizations together. I literally hit a physical wall, and I didn't go, and I regretted it. Enzi in the green room, big shout out to him. Definitely one of the inspirations of the green room. Amazing gentleman. Him and his wife, we got to meet at the Whole Foods. But he was out there. A bunch of other people were out there, and it was a little tough. I had a couple of gentlemen from the green room staying in my house, so it was like a frat house in here with about 10 grand of merchandise spread out all over my house. So keeping up with those two guys, Jonathan, Lego Kingpin Cleater, and Jameson Pop-Tart King Filippi. Yeah, it was a lot. So my apology for not making the hike, but those boys ran me down.
It looked like so much fun. And now that you said that the hike was there, I remember seeing the hike pictures, and I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I've always wanted to go to Red Rock. I've never been to Red Rock.
Gorgeous.
But, okay, so let's talk about, people are saying Jameson Periscope from a cave on the side of the cliff. That is pretty cool.
It must have not been too far in the boonies if they had signal still.
Yeah, they were having some fun, man. There are all these people that were at that thing are talking in the feed right now. Okay, so let's get into some of the fun questions, man. What do you do for fun? Let's get outside of this hustling stuff, right? Let's talk about what does Jason Clark like to do for fun?
To be honest, I like unusual things. I like to travel. I like to go see caves. I went to go see a place called Robo Lights in Palm Springs. Some guy who's been building it for 20 years. He takes literally trash and broken TVs and he melts them together and he makes this huge thing to walk through. I like to go to the beach. I like to hike. I like to play golf. I just love to travel. I love food. I love wine. I just like to experience life and I like to experience people. But if it's fun, if it's weird, let's do it. I play a mean game of ladder golf. I could play some beer pong with the best of them. Just anything fun, man. Anything unusual. So everybody's got their own thing, but I'm pretty much down for most things, at least once. So.
Okay, I'm pretty sure there's going to be like a line of people that want to hold your legs up as you beer ball or keg stand at the event that we're going to have in July.
I walked into that one. Yeah.
It's going to be fun, man.
Yeah.
So
I just canceled.
You sound like a pretty active guy. Like if all the things that you talked about, like clearly, if someone was asking me this question, I'd be like, all right, bikes and surfing and fun things like that. What do you kind of gravitate towards when it comes to these active things?
To be honest, I'm not really active enough, and I say that with all honesty because for the last 16 months, it's been really trying to get my business off the ground, and I've done, above and beyond of what my realistic goals were. And I like to hike, I like to walk, I like the outdoors, I like the sun, but right now I'm in a huge growth phase, and I'm really expanding out into multiple things, and it's really kind of one of those things where I'm kind of sacrificing that a little bit to get to that next level, to create time to do those things with my friends and family and the people that I care about. So, I see you guys doing that stuff all the time, whether it's yourself, Chris, or your brother Emerson, and I get a little bit jealous, and obviously our lives are a little bit different, but that's the goal. That's the goal. It's to be able to do the things that you want and be healthy. Reagan's always juicing and doing whatever. You really inspire me. I've got a Breville in the kitchen now, thanks to Jameson, and the thing's awesome. The thing's got like a turbo engine in it, so one step at a time.
So do you think it's normal in life from your experience, because everyone's always looking to achieve balance? Do you think balance really does exist, or do you think something's always going to be a little out of whack if you're really trying to make something happen in that area, whether it's losing 30 pounds or taking your business from 0 to 6 figures? Do you believe in balance, or do you believe what you're doing now is pretty much how people should expect to run a business and live their life?
No, absolutely. I think you have to believe in balance because, what's the good of wealth if you don't have the health to enjoy it? I'm 44. I'm not getting any younger. Somebody very special to me last year said, you need to start going to do your annual, your physical, your checkups, and I kind of put it off for a few years because, I'm a typical guy. I'm invincible, and I've been fortunate enough. I've never broke a bone or something like that. But she was right, and I do that now every year, and I'm really happy that I did that. Just to move forward with the health aspect. Nobody's invincible, and I don't care how much money you have. Nobody wants to die physically broken. And you got to think about your loved ones too. So finding balance is extremely hard in business as you start to ramp up. Some people don't want to get to that level to where they have to make that decision, and I completely understand that and respect that. But for me, I'm trying to get that next level, and it's going to be a little bit of a challenge this year. But ramping up and expanding out, there's ways to kind of find time eventually to where you can clear those things off your plate and be able to be a little bit more healthy.
Yeah.
And find balance. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
We got some questions coming in, or remarks. Thrifty Treasures, Tanya, right here. Balance does exist. You just have to find it. So that's pretty good. I like that.
Right.
Picking up the pace. I've asked this 3 times, Jason. They want to know where are they taking you out to dinner when they hit their April goals.
Oh boy. Hey Christian, what's up, buddy? Well, if you keep picking my stores, then you're gonna be taking me out to dinner every night. I won't have any money. No, congratulations, Christian. We're gonna talk about that. I don't know. I just got back in town a couple months ago, so I haven't seen what the most expensive place in town will be. So we'll find out, though.
I like that answer.
Yeah.
Cool. And go back to something that you said earlier, real quick. You said you like to hike and all that kind of stuff. Young, you've done hikes, and don't you camp like a couple times a year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I know. Where Jason's headed to. There's so much hiking in California, Jason. There really is.
Yeah.
More than Nevada, I want to say. But yeah, you should.
Jason, if you ever come through, I'll take you on a hike, man.
That sounds good. San Jose, right?
San Jose, brother.
Sounds good. I appreciate that.
There you
Thanks,
go.
man.
You can get a good hike in just about any place. And in fact, this Green Room meetup that we have coming in July, I've scheduled hikes in the meetup, just so you guys know. There's official schedules coming out next week. I want to make sure I tweak it perfect. I'm the kind of guy who doesn't really like to adhere to a schedule, but a business schedule, yes, but an actual schedule in my life, no, not really. And making this schedule for the Green Room meetup is kind of hard for me. It kind of is because I'm like, man, I just like to live loose and fun, and just like if I want to go biking, I'm gonna go biking, right? Like I like to live like that, and it's less stress. And I know stress, to me, I think stress is the killer, right? The unseen killer that kills most people early. So anyway, I always try to making this thing for next week is. And it's pretty much done. I just want to make sure everyone knows that it's not all going to be super sourcing from Friday to Saturday when most of the people are in town. It's going to be getting to see your friends and all the people that you ever chatted with. It's like a reward for all the money you made, for a year. And it's also going to have some, eye-opening things like Rakin's nasty wheatgrass shots and I'm just kidding, Rakin. But it's going to have some fun stuff in there, a lot of fun stuff, really. We want to make sure that we entertain, we have fun, and we show you that, it's not one thing to show it on videos, but to live it in real life is very, very important.
What are the dates, Chris, for the event, for the people
dates
who are wondering?
Of the event, the 9th is this Saturday, the 8th is, so we're talking about July right here. I think a lot of people, like especially like Powerhouse Hustlers, are going to be coming in on like Tuesday, like really early. Last year, when we had the event, people came in on Wednesday already, and we were sourcing Wednesday, Thursday pretty heavily, and then Friday, Saturday, we kind of slacked off a little bit and did more of the hiking kind of stuff. But this year is going to be more like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, some sourcing, and then I think hikes nearly like every day and water holes and this and that. So hopefully it rains pretty good the week before you guys come. So, okay. Anyway.
Oh, those water holes.
Before the end of the man, okay, Jason, can we keep you for like 5 more minutes? Do you care?
Yeah, you're on the clock. It's good.
Okay.
Entrepreneurship, guys.
Yeah, I wanted to ask. There was another. Okay, so there's a lot of people just making really funny comments in here about Young doing some. All right. Well, okay. They're saying Young needs to make a private label called Young's Bongs. Whatever. Okay, I know what that means, but anyway, so let's talk about
the tongue nice.
No, let's talk about 2 health tips that a reseller can relate to. Can you give 2 health tips out there to the people that that are mostly resellers can relate to. What do you think?
Number one, and I subscribe to this, take a lot of mini vacations. If I'm stuck for 2 months or more, I'm like having cabin fever. Get out. Do a 3-day weekend, a 4-day weekend. Drive out of town. Go to the next state over. Figure it out. Doesn't have to be expensive. Maybe you're just spending some money on gas. Maybe you're using some credit card reward miles to buy a hotel room. Use your networking. Use people in the green room and Bonafide Hustlers channel and Rakin's channel and all these people that we affiliate with. You know, couch surfing. You take somebody like a John Dugan, you know, resellrabbit.com, or your Jameson Flippy, and many other people that literally are on the road full time. They're not paying for a ton of rooms because they're taking advantage of, you know, their business but having fun at the same time. So when I'm coming out to Austin in July, yeah, I'll probably be there a few days earlier to take care of some other things. But get out of your rut. I don't care how successful you are. If you're just bundled up and just working all the time, you're not going to be very fun. You're not going to enjoy it. The people around you aren't going to like it. So take a lot of mini vacations. I think I took 5 vacations last year in my first year, which I was very proud to say that. This year I'm hoping to make it closer to 7. I think I'm probably 3 or so in already. Denver Reseller Conference in the month. I'll definitely have a few extra days to have fun. And then Austin. So I'm probably going to be at 5 by July. So very important. The second thing as far as you know, health tips for resellers is this one's really important. It's about dream killers. Don't let people bring you down. Don't let them bring down your dream. You know, most of the time these are people that love you. They could be your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your parents, your children, whatever, maybe your best friends. There's nothing more unhealthy than having somebody that really cares about you and you care about them saying that you can't do it. Sometimes you got to prove it to them, yes, and maybe, you know, your expectations are too much, but, you know, try to calm those dream killers down. You know, I'm not saying get them out of your life, but try to prove it, put in the work, and show them what you're doing. I mean, literally sit them down and try to bring them on board and show that you really care. Because if you're excited about something, the people in your life are going to be excited with you, and it's going to make you that much more healthy. Because there's physical health and there's mental health, and dream killers will kill you. They'll just bring you down. So take care of the dream killers. That's huge. That can break you right there.
Yeah, if you have a dream, I mean, it's your dream. If you keep looking at that statement, it's your dream, though. It's
correct.
Your dream, right? You keep thinking about it, you're like, damn, that actually is my dream. Like,
sure.
How are you going to get it? You know, some people can help you get to your dream, but if it's not their dream, you could have a dream killer kind of aspect right there with your family, you know, friends, whatever. So just remember it's your dream, and there's no dream that is weird or whatever. Just make sure your dream doesn't involve, you know, a rusty van with free candy on the side of it next to a preschool, you know, nothing like that. But, you know, if it's a good dream, you know, it's kind of endless. Like, a dream is one of those things, and when they say dream state, they say it's an amazing time where you kind of just let go and a fantasy takes over, right? But if you get your dream, it's almost like a fantasy, but if you keep thinking about it, fantasies become reality, right? I mean, if you keep working on it, fantasies will become reality. There's no more fantasy. As long as you don't dream about unicorns, but, like, it will become reality, and you just got to work hard at it. You really have to work harder than anybody, and I think it is essential to have people that are dream killers also in your life, because the more dream killers you get, the closer you are to probably making it, I would say.
And
right?
the more Taco Bell dogs you sell.
Yeah. But I think that, you know, I would say be very wary of a life with no dream killers, honestly. In the end, if you got no one hating on you, you're probably not, you know, getting close to your own dream and it's not wild enough. But if you are getting a lot of hate and you're starting to build, you know, you're probably on the right track, honestly. So, and hate is not like the hate that we're all thinking. I mean, hate can just be like your family members saying, okay, well, have you thought about it this way? This is not the greatest idea, don't you think? It's not hate. They love you, but, you know, it could be a dream killer. Anyway, well, a little tirade right there. A little. Okay, so let's talk about how can people actually get in touch with you? Because I thought this was a wonderful show. We're going to wrap it up here in 1 minute. Honestly, with all the Green Room shows that we've done, we're almost, with season 1 and season 2 combined, we're around 90 now, which I think is a crazy milestone. Which honestly, in the very beginning, it probably looked like a dream. It did, you know. And here we are, and we're living the 90th episode at least, and it feels great. How can people find out more about you, Jason?
Well, I, you know, as much as I talk and I put myself out there, I'm actually kind of a private person when it comes to business. But Most of the time, you can find me in the green room on the Facebook page. Obviously, your guys is amazing room, and that's not a plug, guys. It's absolutely amazing. I actually learned about you guys last year, and I was just so kind of hell bent on growing. I said, you know what, I don't want to put anything else on my plate, and I don't regret that. There's so many amazing people. I think the green room's over 500 plus people now. Outstanding place. So you can check out most of my content there. And I've been doing a little bit of periscoping because some people have been bugging me to kind of do that. And sometimes you're just in a spot and you just want to show off you're in front of the beach or something. So you find me on Periscope at Vegas J. Vegas, the letter J.
Vegas J. I'm going to
Vegas J. That's it.
Okay, so Vegas Jays, that's how they can find you. I also want to let you know, and I don't know if this is public yet, but Raykin, we are building a part of the site that is going to have what seems like a lot of your content, because you're putting a lot of videos, but it's going to have a lot of the leading green room content in there. So I just want to let you know that your content is not going to be going to waste now. Like, I don't want to say it like that because it never goes to waste, but as the feed it travels so fast that your amazing video could be at the very bottom in a matter of like a couple hours, because that's just the way the green room travels. But we want to let you know that your amazing videos now are going to impact more people that come join, and people that want to look at more of your videos because they liked one that they saw in a day, they'll just realize, hey, there's like 30 more in this one section. So I think CP is on that project, right, College Picker?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's on that project right now.
Is it weird thinking about me just like looking through videos of you on my laptop, through watching it? You're drinking bottles of cough syrup and everything.
He's got some great videos, I gotta tell you. Y'all have
You're talking about me. I was like, what are you talking about? Cough syrup. But, yeah, I've got some of that in my fridge right now. But anyways, no, outstanding. I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you putting that out there. It's really to help motivate other people. And like I said, money's fun, but the motivation is more fun to me. So if I can help anybody, big or small, and that's funny is I was in California over the weekend, and Victor Brewster, one of our newer members who's kind of just coming up in the game, and I spent all day kind of going out sourcing with him and helping him, knowledge up, as I like to say. He was knowledging up in a bunch of things, and he did, and he was very appreciative. And at the end of the day, we're at his house, and there was something there, and we talked about it. He helped me literally impact my business immediately, and so never disregard other people, how big or small they are. I'm no different than him. He's no different than me. So anything I can do for the green room and share those videos for other people, that's just to help people that are coming up behind me, and I'm going to use those videos from other people to help me just keep going.
Yeah, well, I hope you. I know you inspire a lot of people in the room, but I'm hoping people see your videos and know that they're not going to go to waste anymore, right? Your videos are going to be in a place with a bunch of other member videos, but other members that are watching right now, feel free to take out your smartphone and take that 1 to 3 minute or 5 minute video that you want to about whatever motivates you, because that's what Jason was doing. He was doing motivational videos, even if he's down and out. He's letting you guys know, like, hey, like the game is 99.9% on. But sometimes you have to sit back a little bit, and it's out of your control. I remember that video. That was like last week. But you have some amazing videos, and what I like about your videos is that you can really take home like one good thing from them. Like always, there's one message in your videos, and I love it. So those are not going to go to waste. We want to let you know, man. You're going to be a star on one of our pages, man.
I appreciate that, gentlemen. I just want to know when the check is coming.
Okay.
Hey, Jason, before we let you go, could you type in your Periscope handle in the chat? I can't find you.
Yeah, no problem.
At College Pick will do it right now. So if you guys, we'll keep it on for 30 more seconds. Look at the chat right now, guys. It says at Vegas J, not J-A-Y, but just J as a letter. Okay. That pretty much concludes the show. Ray, can you want to wrap it up real quick?
Yeah, again, wanted to thank Jason, man. Really appreciate all you're doing in the green room. It was a pleasure meeting you, and man, your videos that you're putting out are just super motivational. I know you kind of told the little Taco Bell story today, but there was a longer version of the story in the group that you posted, and it was just like, I had to get going, man. Like, I had to leave in like 1 minute, and like I was like 15 minutes late because I watched the whole thing. I'm like, man, like I am so pumped up after that video. So thanks again, man, for everything you do. Thanks for coming on. Again, everybody, make sure to hit the like button, show some love. Yeah, if you guys join the green room, you'll be able to see more of Jason and what he's up to, and we'd love to see you there. But thanks, everybody. Appreciate it.
Okay, and that'll do the show. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye.